Hello everyone. Right, welcome to the stream everyone. Yeah. Looks like I need a lot of setup. Yeah, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. This time we'll be flying this CitationX over to Mueang. But if you rate the subscription, you probably know what is going to happen, so that it's not spoiled for everybody else. Not say it aloud in the chat or something. Set up the detail weather on, sun setting. I'm not going to modify a lot of stuff. And auto start. I think I just hit the wrong button there. I muted the computer and now stopped this music. And here the CitationX is starting up. And we're on. Next thing we're going to do is set the route manager. We're going to go to VTV, that's Mueang. 0809er. We're not going to use a set. Mode on 1B is there, but it is not working properly. Approach with the default. Cruise altitude. I usually do it at 2,500 feet. But we'll be actually setting this right in the route manager. So we'll route for a minute. We remove the Phuket and the VORs, and anyway, these are everyone. And once we're done, we'll activate the flight plan. Now we're on. Next, we're going to set the autopilot. First off, we're going to set it to the FMS. I'll nav V out. Altitude selection, we're going to 25,000 feet. Heading bug will set to the runway heading just in case it does something crazy while we're off. The rest of the setup we'll be doing on the way up. Now that we're ready, let's do a quick takeoff. Forget the parking brake. Refer throttle up to full. You need to hold the mouse button down to control the CitationX with the mouse on the ground, because it does not allow you the auto coordination. 80 knots. We're over to V1. V1, rotate. Reject the gear immediately. Positive climb. Remove that. And with that, autopilot on. So it's now got to turn really fast over to our first fix. It's getting dark outside and seems pretty cloudy. Sun setting over there. But we're arcing nicely over the landscape. So meanwhile, we're going to do the rest of the setup process. That is done. First, we need to pull up the map. We're going to do an ILS landing. Of course, you need the ILS. You're going to automate this kind of thing, because it just does not allow an RNAV landing currently. Why is it freezing up? Holy, someone pulled up zoom level 1. Perhaps I made it more so quick. I mean, that frees a lot of things, and we have to quickly throttle down for that to happen. Right, so you zoom in here, click on data, and you can see that for 21L, we have heading 209 and 110.30 as the frequency. So we tune in here in nav 1 110.30. turn here. A little bit of island. So we have a little bit of weight. And also the autopilot. We're going to hit 5 for now, so the center is rudder. Going on into turn the autopilot. Nav 1 course needs to be set to 209. That ensures that when we switch to the autopilot, it won't it will be be able to follow the iOS properly. And after that, since we're going to kind of auto land it, we're going to set the minimums down to 0 radio and see how it does it. We're locking our speed at 250, climbing above 4,000 right now. So one flight gear trick you might not know before, but is that you can actually time accelerate. If you're an orbiter, you probably know really well about time acceleration because you use it a lot. But in here, most of people didn't expect that to happen. Okay, so to do time acceleration, you hit A, and wait, are we at 2x time speed up this whole time? Yeah, anyway, so we're now 4x, and if we need to slow ourselves down, entering the turn, and overall freaking out, you can always say Shift A. Wait, what? Anyway, next waypoint. We're going to force it to go to Stoon. That's gonna turn real hard, man. Everything's looking fine so far. A little bit of lag, but things are looking out good. Time now. Not sure if that's a real clock or simulated clock. It's 20:45, and that's kind of a real time. I think you set it to dusk. Should be a little lower. Just freeze up again. Alright, anyway, let's time speed up back onto 4x. You remember, if you want to time accelerate, you can always hit Shift A if the autopilot freaked out, like that. Now our speed is locked at 250, and we're climbing of the target altitude of 2,500. We're going to turn on the keycast. V-Prof. Display the vertical profile. Make sure you have no use right now. You see that message? That message is what I just called in the forum the message from the glide slope boxes. That's actually the glide slope tunnel feature. You can see it's over here. It actually shows the tunnel down to the closest the best runway of the closest airport. Really useful if you're flying around. But not in this case. We have somewhere we are targeting to go, and that will be where we are going. Plane seems to be reducing its speed somehow. Perhaps climbing too fast. We're leveling off. And we're 26 miles to Stoon, and we are now accelerating to 330 knots, which is kind of the top speed. Yeah, 330 top speed. And 20,000 to 30,000 feet is where the CitationX can cruise fast as that. Anyway. Whew, why is it getting laggy right here? This is laggier than what it usually is. Miles, 5 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles. At this point, something goes off in the cockpit. The pilots suddenly do not respond anymore. They stop speaking to the passengers as normal, and they don't really know what's going on. Actually, the pilots have died in the cockpit, and one passenger has come forward and tried to fly the plane, but he does not even know how to fly this thing. But he sees the AP light on, and he thinks that the autopilot is going to take care of the flight. You can see 0 right? It's going to. He thinks, at least, it's going to take over the entire flying and make it there. And we're just hoping that that is actually the case. Anyway, lights need to be on. Seriously, it's super. Right, turn over a little bit of the floodlights. You can see better. It's actually flying slower than what you are seeing here because this is time accelerated 4x, so we can hopefully finish within a shorter time that it would take than normal. We're now near Samui. As you can see, the boxes at the top, and that's a really good sunset it's rendering over there. Shumpon. Let's take a photo. Screenshot is done. It's a really beautiful sunset. But then again, the plane does not know passengers still flying. Let's see this airport. I think they're just a weather update right now. And we're 52 miles down to April. Let's go back to the passenger seats. So here's what it looks like inside the passenger seat. You can actually barely see a thing. Everything looks normal. Lights on. Well, let's go back to the cockpit since that's where everything, the drama is. Well, it's just been another weather update, it seems like. We're 25 miles of April. Okay, so after April, next is almost immediately next is going to be Mueang, and then we're going to fly to a hotel and start to sit. But at this point, the autopilot must fly the whole thing. I.e., no human interactions from this point. From the point where it said it, in fact. With 10 miles. 8. 7. Yeah, 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. We'll pass April. Next is Mueang. This is really close to each other, actually. Okay, if you wonder what route I am flying with, this route is called G Golf 458. Approximately, because of course I was using a routing function, but not real routes. Next is Ureka at 15 miles from now, and we are now Prachuap Khirikan Air Force, and soon after we'll pass the real Prachuap, I guess. We'll lock at 330 knots at 500 feet. 40 miles. Everything's looking good. Actually, the Autopilot can actually easily manage the cruise. What is going to be interesting is the descent and landing. The descent will be easy, the landing will be difficult. Because it's going to fly the beam all the way down to a runway. And this is not auto land, and the other one is only Cat 2 as most. This is not even Cat 3. But actually, you aren't supposed to do this in life, but actually it works. Have you tested this before? By the way, if you're surprised that I'm doing videos on Sunday, it's just because my schedule on Saturday was squeezed by funny reasons. We're 10 miles out. Yeah, for the funny reasons, so I am forced to do everything here on Sunday. During the JSTP video, I think you just saw, there's another weather update. We record through. Now we're flying. Yeah, we're Pranbury and 57 miles back to the hotel. Hello. Just testing the audio. We're 19 minutes into our stream. Fast. Anyway, let's check our top of descent. Unlike other planes, the Citation at top of descent points. Another clue. I'm going to start descending next to hotel. And that means when we pass hotel, it should be in a little more than a minute from now, and accelerate time. We're going to slow the time back down. So stop the autopilot like freaking out. Because, like an orbiter, you don't want to run dynamic stuff at high time accelerations. We're now closest to Mueang. We're 25 miles out. It's coming, and you can see it on an ND closest to Taiyang. We're less than 10 miles out, 7 miles out, 5 miles out. Okay, so now we have slowed down our time acceleration to 2x, and this should make the top of descent easier. Okay, so the next thing the plane is going to do is going to pull the throttle down and decelerate for ready for descent, and then it's going to descend with the decelerated speed. 4 miles to top of descent, and we have started our speed reduction down to 200 knots. Closest to Special Ocean Park. The top of descent is in 4-1 descent. Next, we'll be targeting for 4,000 feet. I don't think that is achievable, but at least the throttle is way down, but because we're descending at the same time, the speed is not reducing at the same time. If I had the autopilot, I would switch on. Okay, there's the iOS, we got it. The speed is not reducing as fast as most people might probably want. But anyway, the pilot's dead, the passenger doesn't know anything, they're probably terrified by this beeping thing, but so they don't touch anything, even the speed brakes. The throttle is slammed shut. Is that 20? Oh, everyone is at 20%. We'll be there in maybe 12 minutes. 24 minutes in real time. With 39 miles up to approach 6. To app 6. Anyway, let's pull up the map. Anyway, outside it is now complete darkness. Can't see a thing. And see a very faint sight of the clouds below. Yeah. Let's hold the map. So we are now flying down to Mueang. We're now flying across Sumut Prakan and getting closer to Varnaboo. We're almost getting into the circle. Mueang's circle. And we'll be flying all the way almost parallel to the runway down to app 6, and we'll be turning in. That's currently 30 miles out, and you can see the airport found there in the ND. Those looks like the TCAS, and that will be the airport. So now we see the whole approach map scrolling in. We're reaching the ground. Might be difficult right now. The speed somehow fugoed to 219 knots, even with throttle on full low. Which I hope won't be disastrous. Went to 125. Which is probably also way high. It's 2,000 memory. We're now closest to Minri. We don't know what airport that is. We're in the north, but there's the approach fix coming in there. We're 18 miles in. Zooming back out. Is everyone okay? We're now descending below the clouds. Going to turn it back on 1x. When after approach 6, and at that point is going to turn back to real time. So they're going to 10 miles. We're less than 10 miles out. We're below 18,000 feet. Speed 221. Seriously. The Mach number is decreasing though, but the knot number is increasing somehow. And of course the throttle would be also a little higher too, because I guess the atmosphere we're below 16,000 feet. And we're 4 miles out. Let's take a look outside. Closest to it. Not one ideal. You can see the city lights. Across the coastline, I guess. And we can now see the city lights. Probably Savannah doing back there. Now we can't see it. But you can see the city lights. They look a lot more interesting. Also have a quick turn start. Yeah, it's about the time we turn back down to 1x. Someone's kicked speed up to 260. That's why the thrust leg increased significantly. And kick it down to 200. What a shake. Craziness. Wait, look at the city lights below. It does not form any like comprehensible road yet. But they do look nice. It shows you all the coastline. Finally, we reached 200 knots. Probably because of the leveling off. Next up to 1L12. It will be still warm before we cut out of the 4,000 feet. Come here for landing. So we're now 8. Now heading towards intercept. Now we're descending towards 2,000 feet, and Mueang is now the closest airport. And you can see the glide slope boxes up there, which go down to the airport. The boxes are actually a little lower than the actual glide path, so don't be shocked. It's a good visual guide, especially if the light, you can only see lights off the window like this. 108, we're 2 miles into 208. We're 10 miles out. Sitting at the south end. Speed going up again. As usual. Yeah. 2,500 to 1 LGS. We're almost on the ILS. Never. Okay, so we have now caught the ILS. And is that an auto throttle? I just knew about them. But there seems to be one, which makes this a lot less of a challenge. So we're now going down the ILS. And you can see the okay, so I think the boxes are for the para runway, but you can see the runway over there, the roads that's around the airport. Marker. See the runway down there, it's really faint somehow. Oh, right, there it is. It's a lot brighter now. It's somehow fainter when you sit there. So that's okay. And now we're coming down on the nice descent path. Again, this guy doesn't know 1,000 feet. This guy doesn't even know that he should put the gear down on the flaps. Not even reverse thrust and the brakes. So let's see how it's going to fare. Put the gear down. It's supposed to warn us, but sometimes that fails. The gear is down. There's the airport. We're coming down nicely. Let's see how this will work out. What? This is the highlights. As I told him, he didn't know about reverse thrust or anything the like. So he is gonna do this like this. And because there's autopilot, I think it is a lot worse than my last tests. And probably continue a lot further. The flaps are not put on automatically? Yeah, perhaps because the speed is still high for gear. Well, alternating, making a quick climb. Somehow. Because the auto throttle is on, so it does this stuff. Kind of like an automatic go around reverse. Right, let's see how this is going to go. I have to introduce this because it's an emergency, you know. Let's pause. Pull this down. Pull this down. This just simulates low fuel in fuel tanks. So I'll make this direct flight directly out of ALS. Too slow. This simulates running for really long and it's time to feel a little LR. Yeah, we got that. Well, it's going to run out in a minute, so I think. Not perfectly on course, but climbing. Not even glide slopes right here. Slowing down?
เดี๋ยวครับ
ครับ
มันมีเรื่องสกิลในสกิลไหม
ถ้าเล่มสเกลไม่น่ามีนะอาจจะเป็นเล่มจูเนียร์ฮาร์นอนที่หมอพูดถึง
ไอ้เรื่องสกิลของเกียร์จิตอะ
เพราะไม่
แบบ
มันไม่มีเล่มเพราะไม่มีเล่มสเกลของเกรด7นะ
เรื่องเกียร์6เกียร์6ที่
นี่เป็นเล่มใช้ดีป่ะแต่เล่มสเกลเพราะไม่แน่ใจจะไม่ได้ละ
ก็มาแล้วเขาบอกว่าไม่แน่ใจ
คนเป็นเบิ้ลเลย Above 1,000 feet and still climbing with a gear on? Seriously? Actually climbing out straight from the airport. countdown. Also countdown to stall. 5, 4, 2, engine shutdown LR. Engine shutdown LR. Stall nuke level LR. Shoe shutdown LR. Ran out of fuel. Stall warning sounding. But everyone is actually still shocked. They don't know what to do. According to the passenger, they know nothing. The engine's falling down. The autopilot is just trying hard to climb. We're actually descending. And with that, everything shuts down. If the roof goes off, we can release instruments. With 15,000 feet, 155, and dropping. Cool. Pitching up. This is really scary because it's a stall. We're going to fall from the sky at this point. Turn on the HUD so we can see clearer what's going on. Where at the speed it's somehow going up. Someone is still commanding full up nose. And we're dropping quickly. $15,000 feet. This is going to run much longer than what I'm expecting. Speed is up. Fork speed up. With the airplane flying on the sky. $15,000. $11,000. Let's push on them and see where we are. Hope we're not actually flying out to sea. $10,000. $9,000. $8,000. It looks like we actually have left the coastline behind. Only the stars. Like this. And perhaps the sea. $6,000. At this point, if someone would pick up flight vision goals. I just pick up some infrared vision. It doesn't affect most of everything, but it makes it able to see the sea. The plane as it comes into impact. $45,000. $30,000. $2,500. Again, amount of time acceleration. We're actually crossing a coastline. Unfortunately, it's not in a path. Let's try switching that back on. Easy infrared. $1,000. Planes flying. Falling around there. $600. $500. $400. And going. And under autopilot control, plane smash in the ocean. See how. Plane finally got the chance to pitch up the last second, burning at even more speed. And sunk headfirst onto the ground. Far from help. Get back to normal and see how this looks. Looks really lonely. Flopping lights of the city. Right, so I think this will end our stream for today. Unfortunately, it does not look as good as I had expected, but at least, well, it got down to the runway and getting to go around and doesn't go anywhere. So thanks for watching, and goodbye, and see you again next time.